Kia ora, everyone. Welcome back to The Older Brother. This is Cesar, your host. Today, we're going to talk about meditation and why meditation is not what most people think. But before, I'm very happy to share with you guys this picture. In this picture, you can see the younger me back in 2016 on May. First time I practiced meditation. That's when I was initiated in Kriya Yoga back in May 2016, 10 years ago. And I'm celebrating with you guys these 10 years of the meditation practice. As it's been very, very interesting for me being consistent during this time. Obviously, when I started to practice meditation, was practicing pretty much every day for some years. Then things in life stopped to practice meditation, and recently I started to practice again, very consistent. I'm sharing with you these results. Actually, open this channel because when I went back to practice meditation, and it came to me very powerful, and I want to share my experiences with you. I want to share what is happening in my meditation practice. And I want to do also more research about what more people is living and experiencing with meditation. As you know, I'm in Queenstown, so I'm just recording this video from my digital studio in Queenstown, New Zealand. You can see the mountains in the background. I start to do some workshops here in town and meditation for beginners. And I start to do some meditation sessions in having a very nice feedback of people. I can see after the practice how people is feeling, what is thinking. I want to use this channel, but also my face-to-face sessions to explore more about meditation, to experience meditation, so we all can have the benefits of this marvelous practice. I want you to get all the benefits. So please practice meditation. You feel like you are attracted to those topics, don't hesitate. Practice, be consistent, and you will see the results by yourself. This is the episode. Meditation is not what most people think. And I think most people misunderstand meditation. Many people imagine meditation as sitting still, trying to don't think, just relaxing, escaping the stress, even becoming spiritual. But honestly, the more I study meditation and the more I practice it, the more I think meditation is something much deeper. Because meditation may not simply be about relaxing, it may be about learning how to work with attention, learning how to regulate your nervous system, learning how to observe your thoughts without getting lost inside them, learning how to reconnect with the body. And maybe this matters now more than ever because modern life constantly pull our attention outward. And many people no longer know how to be internally. So that's why we come in today with this topic. And we want to start with a question. Why people are searching for meditation again? I feel because I got the feedback from people that is practicing meditation here in Queenstown or is keen to practice. When I start to post these events, these workshops, got many people keen to practice meditation. And then I realized that there is more people promoting meditation practices here. There is people celebrating more sessions, more workshops. And I think there is a reason because so many people today are becoming interested in meditation again. Not only because people are stressed, but because modern life feels mentally overwhelming. People feel distracted, emotionally exhausted, overstimulated, unable to focus, and disconnected from themselves. Many people are starting to realize something. You can have entertainment, have information, productivity, stimulation, and still feel like internally fragmented. Honestly, I think a lot of people are searching for meditation because they want calmness, clarity, focus, and relief from constant mental noise. And some people that came to the meditation state were experiencing levels of stress in their jobs. They feel overwhelmed, so they need like an activity to balance the daily life, the movement and the overstimulation. For some people has no clarity about what to do in life. So meditation practice is giving to them that clarity, that opportunity to get the things sorted in life. This is where meditation often gets misunderstood because most people think meditation means stopping thoughts. In recent videos and other um, opportunities that I had to share with more people about meditation, one of the frequent questions is like, for me, it's quite difficult to practice meditation because I can't stop my thoughts. And sometimes, meditation is not necessary that you stop your thoughts. That state will come later, but in meditation practice, you train your attention, and sometimes your thoughts or your mind can be very useful during the practice. Later on, your thoughts are gonna disappear, and you will start in a state of consciousness, like that is much, much deeper than the state of just thinking. But we're going to talk about that later. Right now, to focus on meditation is not about emptying the mind. It's not to get the mind empty. I honestly don't think meditation is about becoming a person who never thinks. That's probably impossible, or it's very advanced in some moments during the practice. I have been experiencing some moments during meditation where I just enter into a state where there is no thoughts. It's just life, awareness, and consciousness, and you are there full of energy, vitality, but you are calm and you are in completely peace and state of. And the mind naturally produces thoughts. What changes through meditation is our relationship with those thoughts. Instead of automatically reacting to every thought, meditation may help us to observe thoughts, notice our mental patterns, and become less identified with internal noise. I think this is very important today because many people live trapped in just overthink, having anxiety loops, excessive mental activity, just activity all the time, and self-talk, like probably also having some rumination inside, that sensation of overthinking. And sometimes people don't even realize how exhausting that becomes. So meditation is not about removing thoughts. Maybe it's about creating a space around thoughts, or at least at the beginning. When you are an advanced meditator, you probably get to the point you don't have anything. And this connects to something very important, that is the concept of attention. And this is one of my favorite things about meditation because this practice trains your attention. I think attention is becoming one of the most valuable things in modern life because today, most everything competes for it, for your attention. We have our phones, notifications, social media, advertising, the short videos, endless information. And after years of constant interruption, many people lose the ability to focus deeply, to remain present, to stay internally calm. The mind becomes scattered. And honestly, I think meditation partially works because it trains the ability to return attention consciously, not not perfectly, but intentionally. And every time you notice distraction during meditation, you can gently return your attention. Mm, Someone said like meditation is like driving. You go driving, and for some moment you can be distracted, and the steering wheel gets to one point, but you come back to the center and keep driving. So it happens in meditation as you can return your attention and you are training awareness. It may be why meditation slowly changes people over time. In in this point also, I want to take a moment to share a personal experience because during my meditation practice, I think I've been claiming my attention because before for me it was quite difficult sometimes even to read for 20 minutes a book because I came back to my phone. Or for me, it was very difficult just to focus in one task because in modern life, I was exposed to environments of multitasking. So my brain was all the time uh, giving attention to many, many things at the same time. And my attention was scattered. With the meditation practice, feel like something is happening because I start just to feel that I can be focused again, earning and gaining my attention and my presence. Completely important to be present in real life here, feeling your body, be aware of your thoughts, of your energy, your existence. It's a very, very um, rewarding sensation that meditation is bringing to my life. But meditation is not only affecting attention. I think it also affects the nervous system. Yeah, I said that attention is one of my favorite topics related to meditation. When I start to research more, one of my goals is build a bridge between modern science and ancient yogi traditions and see what are the things that they have in common. One of the topics that I found and I start to research and experience with more attention was the nervous system. One thing modern science increasingly studies is how meditation affects the body itself, especially in topics related with stress response, breathing, emotional regulation, the autonomic nervous system as well, very important there. Honestly, meditation traditions seems to understand this experientially, but they understood that long before neuroscience existed. So they understood not logically, but through observation and practice. They understood that breath changes internal states, that attention changes perception, that stillness changes the mind. Modern science increasingly, um, well, many studies in modern science are recognizing which are the mechanisms of the body and the mind connected to those experiences. Maybe meditation does not only calm the mind, maybe it changed the condition of the entire human system. And that's a huge point here because, you know, now in this modern world, we are exposed to the chronic activation of our nervous system. In the autonomic nervous system, we have the sympathetic nervous system, and we are activating that sympathetic system due to stress, to overstimulation, and sometimes we are in a flight or fight mode during long periods and lie with chronic condition of that, and we produce a dysregulation of our autonomic nerve. So when you practice meditation, parasympathetic system, that is the one in charge of recovery process of your body and to bring balance between activity calm and recovery. You practice meditation when you breathe consciously, your vagus nerve is going to be activated and it's going to bring a sense of balance and calm to your body. This was something amazing because in my last formal job, I mean, like I had in here in New Zealand, was a chef. I was working in a boat, and it was my last job. I was chef for 6 years or something like that, and I was living in stress all the time until in my last job I had to go to the doctor because I start to feel some anxiety, some depression. Then when I went to the practitioner, to the mental health practitioner, she explained me about the flight or fight, and she said like your system is being activated for a long time. Now these are the consequences of that. But that time, probably I start to practice meditation again, very consistent after those situations. And I start to research and I found, oh wow, meditation is not just about uh, cross my legs and feel like I'm awakening some spirituality. No, my nervous system is getting balanced. So I was um, experiencing that process of getting balance back and be aware of my nervous system. That was a game changer, to be honest. And one of the reasons because I start to dedicate more time to my practice and I start to share this information with everyone because I want you to be healthy, to have a good quality of life, feel like we all have the right of self realization. So, this information is to create that conscious, that awareness of meditation and what meditation can do for people. And it's interesting. Many people discover something unexpected when they meditate consistently. It's they start to experience more energy or mental clarity. You know, a lot of people assume that meditation makes people passive or sleepy, but many long term practitioners actually report the opposite. They feel clearer, they feel focused, they feel like mentally lighter, emotionally stable, and less internally scattered. They feel more the wholeness, the unity. Honestly, I think this makes sense because modern humans, we lost enormous amount of energy through distraction, emotional reactivity, compulsive thinking, stimulation, fragmented attention, and the mind is constantly leaking energy. And maybe meditation helps recover part of that scattered attention. Perhaps meditation does not give energy directly. Perhaps it reduces the internal fragmentation that constantly drains the energy. And it is amazing. I was talking yesterday with my brother about meditation and energy. And I told him after being practicing, I start to feel during my practice a state of wholeness. I'm aware of my body. I'm aware of my energy. Feel the vibration in my body, and I feel we are full of energy. Like we humans are full of abilities, capacities, energy. If we claim back that energy and we start to engage that energy again, will become very powerful in life. This is also, or this also explains why meditation reconnects people with the body. We can see meditation as embodiment. I think many modern humans live almost entirely there in their heads. Like we are just thinking, planning, consuming, reacting, but we have time for breathing consciously, noticing the tensions in our body, noticing our emotions, or feeling the body deeply. And this is where meditation becomes very interesting because meditation slowly bring awareness back to the body. Neuroscience sometimes called part of this interoception, which is basically means awareness of internal bodily things like breath, heartbeat, tension, nervous system activation. And honestly, many ancient contemplative training this awareness months of years ago. We live in a moment where many people go or is there just in automatic path. We don't feel our feet, our toes, even our hands sometimes. There is people that live with tension in the back and then don't realize about tension until the tension becomes pain. Many things happen in our body and we are not aware of those things that are happening. So with meditation, we start to claim back that ability to be aware of our body, our internal sensations. And maybe this is why meditation has always been connected to suffering. I don't think meditation removes suffering completely. Life will still contain stress, anxiety, loss, emotions, difficulty, but meditation may slowly change how we relate to those kind of experiences. Instead of automatically react, we may develop more awareness, more space between action and reaction, more emotional stability, and less compulsive identifications. And honestly, I think this may be one of the deepest aspects of meditation. Maybe the goal is not to never feel anxiety again. Maybe the goal is becoming less unconsciously controlled by internal states. Maybe we start to claim that awareness through meditation and we start to influence our emotions, like how we feel, how we react. That's possible. I think close to the end of this talk, we can come back to meditation as a concept. I no longer think meditation is simply relaxation. It's not simply spirituality. It's not simply self-help. It's not an escape. It can be a very effective method to get relaxation, to increase our spirituality, and to help ourselves. But meditation also, and in this moment, something that is coming is training awareness, is training your attention, it's training your nervous system, your emotional stability, your embodiment, or the awareness of your body sensations, and the relationship that we have with our thoughts. And maybe this is why meditation matters now more than ever. Because modern life continuously pulls human attention outward. Meditation trains the ability to return inward consciously. Maybe meditation was never supposed to help us escape reality. It maybe help us experience reality more consciously. And in the end, the age of overload, meditation may become one of the most important practices for remaining clear, grounded, focused, and fully human. And thank you for being here in this episode of The Older Brother, because meditation is not what most people think. If you like this kind of content, would appreciate if you give me a like, if you interact with me, and probably you left a comment on your thoughts about meditation. Where are you practicing meditation? It is because I want to reach more people, want to start open conversations about meditations. And I think this is a very good way to do it, to interact with you. As always, wish you all the best in life. I wish you beautiful meditation sessions. I'll see you in further episodes of The Older Brother. This is Cesar, your host. See you next time.